For centuries, humans have dreamed of telepathy, the idea that we could send thoughts directly from one mind to another. It's been the stuff of myths, science fiction, and countless movies. But here's the question: is telepathy actually possible? And if so, could science make it real? Today, we are diving into the fascinating world of brain-to-brain interface. We'll be looking at the experiments where a triad of people played a video game using a shared cloud-linked brain network, exploring how our brains naturally sync up without any tech at all, and tackling the terrifying dark side of what happens when your inner thoughts are no longer private. Imagine two people connected not by words, not by gestures, but by their neural signals, literally sharing information from one mind to another. It's not magic, it's neuroscience. Back in 2013, scientists at the University of Washington achieved the first human-to-human link. A sender played a video game where they had to fire a cannon. By just imagining firing, they sent a web command that caused the receiver's finger, located all the way across campus, to automatically twitch and hit the fire key. By 2014, researchers successfully sent the word hola and ciao across 5,000 miles from a sender in India to a receiver in France. But the absolute pinnacle of this research came in 2019 with a project called BrainNet. This was the world's very first multi-person collaborating human BBI network. Scientists put 3 people into a group to play a Tetris-like falling block game. 2 people were senders and they could see the whole game screen, including a line at the bottom where the block needed to fit, but they had no way to control the game. The third person, which was the receiver, was the only one holding the controller, but they were completely blindfolded and could not see the game screen. The senders looked at flashing LEDs to send a rotate or don't rotate command over the internet. The receiver's TMS device received this data. But here's the kicker. The system allowed for a second round of brain communication. Senders could see the receiver's mistake in real time, send a corrective thought, and fix the block before it landed. The result? Across multiple groups, BrainNet achieved an unbelievable 81.25% accuracy rate. Senders and receivers successfully formed a single collective problem-solving mind. To understand how you can link 2 separate nervous systems, you have to realize that a BBI is essentially a closed loop. It takes biological energy, turns it into digital data, transmits it, and then rewrites it back into biological energy. It relies on 3 core stages. Let's break them down. First stage is reading the thoughts from a sender. This is a person who wants to pass along a thought. To capture their brain waves without opening up their skull, they wear an EEG cap. Full form, electroencephalography cap. This cap is covered in highly sensitive electrodes that press against the scalp to pick up tiny electrical voltages fired by thousands of neurons. But how do you make a thought clear enough for a computer to read? Translation. Raw brain signals are incredibly messy. They contain noise from other bodily movements like eyes blinking, muscle twitching, or jaw clenching. Advanced machine learning decoders immediately clean up this data, isolate the desired cognitive signal, and translate it into standard digital packets, the exact same kind of binary data your phone uses to surf the web. This brings us to the final stage, neurostimulation. This is writing the sender's data into the receiver's brain. It uses a technology called CBI, a computer-brain interface, primarily driven by transcranial magnetic stimulation, known as TMS. This TMS device is a powerful magnetic coil held against the receiver's head. It shoots rapid, localized magnetic pulses, creating a tiny electrical current in specific regions of the receiver's brain. Not to worry, they are completely painless through the skull. If scientists aim the TMS coil at the motor cortex, the pulse causes the receiver's hand to automatically twitch. If they aim it at occipital lobe, which is the visual center, the receiver suddenly sees a flash of light called a phosphene, even if their eyes are completely closed. This closes our loop and the binary thought has been successfully delivered. So, Where is this technology heading? Historically, BBIs were incredibly slow. Senders could only pass along a few bits of data per minute, basically a slow game of yes or no 20 questions. But as we look at the recent breakthroughs, that bottleneck is slowly fading away. We are seeing a massive shift towards high-density neural implants. High-fidelity wireless platforms like Neuralink's N1 device have logged thousands of hours of high-speed thought decoding in human trials. Meanwhile, companies like Precision Neuroscience have pioneered peel-and-stick microarrays that sit safely on the surface of the brain like a tiny film, reading thousands of channels of data without ever penetrating delicate tissue. As these ultra-high bandwidth devices advance through clinical trials to treat conditions like ALS, stroke, and paralysis, they are paving the structural highway for the future. We are moving away from simple hand twitches and visual flashes and moving closer toward transferring complex verbal sentences, rich visual imagery, and full sensory memories directly across a network. So far, we looked at all the cool and amazing things this BBI technology can do. But we also have to look at the dark side of the force before we end our conversation. If this technology scales up, it forces us to face terrifying ethical and legal questions that humanity has never had to answer before. First, there is the death of mental privacy. Your brain is the only true private space you have left. If we create commercial networks that can decode thoughts, how do we guarantee cognitive liberty? What stops a corporation or a government from monitoring your subconscious beliefs, memories, or unspoken ideas? Second, brain hacking. If a network can write data into your cortex via neurostimulation, what happens if that network gets compromised? Could a malicious actor inject a motor command or alter your sensory perception without your consent? A relatable context of this terrible fate would be net running or quick hacks in CyberPunk 2077. And finally, the blurring of agency. If a receiver acts on a physical command from a sender, who is legally responsible if something goes wrong? Did the receiver choose to do it? Or the network was puppeteering them? If you had the chance, would you hook your mind up to a shared human network? Or is that a line you'll never willing to cross? Let me know in the comments below and share this video with someone you'd want to build a BrainNet with. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and smash the like icon. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.